If the problem with your dryer is that it starts and runs okay, but it's not heating at all, let me show you which parts you need to check to fix the dryer. The first thing that you need to check when the dryer runs but it's not heating at all are the voltages at the terminal block, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do next. Disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet. Remove the terminal block cover plate. Set your multimeter on the scale to read AC volts. Connect the dryer to the wall outlet. Warning, this is going to be a live test with electricity. You need to follow instructions so you don't get hurt. Make sure that you hold the test rods by their insulators and that no part of your body touches the dryer while you're checking for voltages. You need to check the voltage between these two terminals. The reading should be between 220 and 240 AC volts. That is the voltage that you need to have coming into the dryer between L1 and L2 in order for the heating element to work. If you don't get the right voltage at the terminal block, the problem could be a bad wall outlet, a bad power cord, a blown fuse if the house used fuses, or a trip circuit breaker. You need to make sure that you get the right voltage at the terminal block before you do anything else with the dryer. To check the rest of the parts, you don't need electricity, so keep the dryer disconnected from the wall outlet, okay? The next part that you need to check is the heating element to make sure that it's not broken or burnt out. Remove the terminal block cover and the back panel. Set your multimeter on the scale to read for continuity. Disconnect this red wire from the heating element. Take a reading between these two terminals. The reading should be somewhere between 9 and 50 ohms. If the reading is OL, which means infinity, the heating element is bad and you need to replace it. Let me show you how to remove and replace the heating element. Remove this red wire from the heating element and remove the Hi Limit Thermostat, but leave the wires attached to it. Remove the two holding screws and remove the bad heating element. Put the new heating element in place and secure it with the two holding screws. Connect the red wire to the heating element and install the Hi Limit Thermostat with the wires attached to it. Make sure you have a good connection. That was a way to check and replace the heating element. The Hi Limit Thermostat is located on the side of the heating element, and all you have to do is check it for continuity. Set your multimeter on the scale to read for continuity. Disconnect the wires from the Hi Limit Thermostat. Take a reading between these two terminals. If the multimeter beeps and the reading is close to 0 ohms, the Hi Limit Thermostat is good. If the multimeter doesn't beep and the reading is OL, which means infinity, the Hi Limit Thermostat is bad and you need to replace it. If the Hi Limit Thermostat is good, Just install the wires back on it. If the high limit thermostat is bad, you need to replace it. Use a screwdriver like this to remove it. Install the new one and make sure that it has a good connection to the heating element. Connect all the wires, make sure you got a good connection on them. And you're done checking and replacing the high limit thermostat. The thermal cutoff thermostat is located on the outside of the heater box. And all you have to do with this thermostat is check it for continuity. The easier way to remove the wires from the thermostat is by using a flat screwdriver like this. You will need to take a reading between these two terminals. Set the multimeter on the scale to read for continuity. And take a reading between the terminals on the thermostat, like this. If the multimeter beeps and the reading is close to 0 ohms, the thermostat is good. If the multimeter doesn't beep and the reading is OL, which means infinity, the thermostat is bad and you need to replace it. To replace it, remove the wires, remove the holding screw, and then remove the bad thermostat. Put the new thermostat in place, secure it with the screw, and connect the two wires to it. Before using the dryer with heat, you need to check the airflow from the dryer to the outside. To do that, set the timer on the fluff air setting and run the dryer. Go outside of the house and make sure that the airflow from the dryer to the outside is good. Before using the dryer with heat, or the thermal cutoff thermostat could blow again. Let me show you how to check and replace the operating thermostat. Set your multimeter on the scale to read for continuity. Remove one of the red wires. You need to take a reading between these two terminals. If the multimeter beeps and the reading is close to 0 ohms, the operating thermostat is good. If the multimeter doesn't beep and the reading is OL, the operating thermostat is bad and you need to replace it. To replace the operating thermostat, remove all the wires, remove the holding screw, remove the bad thermostat, put the new one in place, secure it with the holding screw, and install all the wires. And you're done checking and replacing the operating thermostat. Let me show you how to check and replace the timer when the dryer is not heating. Make sure the dryer is disconnected from the wall outlet. Remove the controls back panel. Set the timer on the cycle that you use the most. Set the multimeter on the scale to read for continuity. You need to take a reading between the terminals of these two wires, like this. Or you could disconnect the wire harness and take a reading between these two terminals, like this. The multimeter should beep and the reading should be close to 0 ohms. If the multimeter doesn't beep and the reading is OL, which means infinity, the timer is bad. Next, I'm going to show you how to replace the timer. With the controls back panel out and the dryer disconnected from the wall outlet, let me show you how to replace the timer. This is how you compress the control box holding clips. You push on the clip like this with a potty knife to compress it. And to lock the clip, just push down on it. Remove the knob from the timer. Using a potty knife, disconnect the control box from the top panel. And lay it down on the top panel. Use a small flat screwdriver like this to disconnect the wires from the timer motor. Use your cell phone to take pictures of the location of wires or parts before you remove them. This way you could use the pictures as reference if you ever need to. Disconnect the wires from the timer. Remove the timer holding screws. And remove the bad timer. Set the new timer in place and screw in the holding screws. Connect the wires to the timer. Put the controls box in place and push down on it to lock the holding clips. Install the knob. Install the back panel and try the dryer to see how it works now. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel so you could be notified every time I make a new video. Until next time, this is Angel the Appliance Man.